My name is James Brown and I'm the guitarist from Pulled Apart by Horses. We've got 4 studio albums and the last one we did, which was The Haze in 2017, charted. In my early days, I used to run a little independent record label in Leeds. I used to put on shows as like a DIY promoter and then started the band. When COVID reared its ugly head, a lot of things drastically changed. Towards the end of 2019, we did a tour playing new material for the next record to then get ready to record, and then obviously none of that happened, so to speak. It just built a brick wall around all of those plans and it all just came to a halt. It's always been difficult to be a musician. It's really, really tough to actually make a living. And as a rock band, you predominantly rely on live, which is why it's been such a blow over the past year to so many artists and venues and crew and everything. So in the first lockdown, all I could see were question marks everywhere. And the longer the lockdown went on, the more I realised that I had to do something, because I could see my mental health was deteriorating like quite badly, and spotted there were positions at Royal Mail in Leeds. I just thought, right, well, I'm going to go and do that. I kind of mentally had made this decision that was kind of it. That you're done now as a musician. You're just going to have to do something else, and that was kind of what spurred me on to find a way out. Towards the end of lockdown, it was time for me to start looking at support from other avenues. One of the first ones was Universal Credit, and I applied to the PRS for their hardship fund and Help Musicians. When I discovered Help Musicians, it was actually through my friend Nadine Shah. She talked about it, and I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. And it was when I got back, I kind of looked into it, and I was like, right, this is an actual charity, this is an actual thing for musicians. I remember reading into it and I was like, this is really quite cool, because this is probably something that's going to support me and aid me, not just financially, mentally and everything. One of the things Help Musicians did for me personally was help me to basically continue being a musician and creating. Obviously with COVID and not being able to play live and the band coming to a bit of a halt, I decided to kind of focus on another avenue of creating music, which is composing. I love film, and it was something I'd always wanted to try. I'd always wanted to do a horror movie, and I jumped on it and luckily got that support from Help Musicians and was able to do that, and then that led to more work, and I got some more offers of work off the back of that. And it was such an incredible feeling, because I felt worth as a musician again. It was like someone literally giving you a leg up, going, I'll get you over the wall. I just instantly felt this weight off my shoulders, and then felt worth again as someone who makes and creates music. If you are struggling in any way, not just financially, like if you're struggling mentally, or you're questioning what you do, or you're doubting yourself, go there now, straight away, go online, go on Twitter, go on Instagram, find Help Musicians, read about it. The second you start reading about it, you feel better, like knowing that there is help out there. I think the biggest thing, and this isn't just for musicians and performers, I think the biggest thing is the return of live music, and that is in sight now. It is there, it's coming at some point. And I think that's just absolutely massive for bands, having that feeling as a performer and as a gig goer, being stood there in the crowd. When that comes back, it's going to be crazy.